sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet.
And that was
Please
a kill.
try your...
Because that only rang 3 times.
Yep.
He killed that.
He said,
That was a
"Fuck
voicemail
you."
kill.
So now he knew that it was me calling 3 times.
Ah, man. Damn it! I was kind of hoping he would have picked up.
The only way we could get him on the line is if somebody else calls him and call him on 3-way.
Yeah. We got about 50 people listening live right now. So, any of those people know Matt, you want to give him a call, put him on 3-way?
You know, we could call Lewis. Maybe Lewis will call him.
There you go. Let's hit up Lewis. Let's see. Oh, that Lewis from what the hell's the name of his
Is
company?
it Ultimate Stars?
Ultimate Stars. I like Lewis. Never looks like he's happy, but he's always happy.
He was just asking about, did we talk about Matt yet? Text him to say, I said pick up.
Please leave your message.
Alright, we give him 3 seconds and call him back since you sent him that. No, Cliff, we don't want to talk to you.
So in the meantime,
Yeah.
MZ Promotions got a
Good.
big event next weekend. We got former UFC, I believe he was a heavyweight champ. He had to be heavyweight.
Who's that?
Dan Severn.
I don't think he was champ. I know he had an extremely impressive record in his career because he was in mixed martial arts, then went into wrestling,
Right.
and then went back to
But
UFC.
he was in, he's one of the...
Because we had a conversation about that. The wrestlers doing the adjustment going into that, and overall, wrestlers have winning records, and there's about a dozen of them have winning records in UFC and MMA.
Well, next weekend, Dan Severn's going to be touring with us. He's going to be at Pro Wrestling World in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
On Sunday, I think it's the 13th. Next Sunday. And he'll be signing autographs, taking photos, and he will have 3 belts with him for photo ops between the hours of 12 p.m. and 2. So make sure you come out and see Bud Carson at Pro Wrestling World in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Meet Dan Severn and me.
And you.
Yeah. That's an exclusive because my partner Vinny doesn't even know about it yet. I haven't even spoke to him. I called him a couple times
You
today.
tagged him, though, on Facebook, didn't you?
No, he's not even on Facebook.
No, come on. How are you going to be partners in a promotions company and not have Facebook?
Too much drama, obviously, you know?
That's only if you cause drama.
You know, you get hated on when you're at the top, you know?
I don't want to be on the top. Too much pressure.
I'm not saying I'm on the top.
Too much pressure. I mean, we're not ESS.
Yeah, ESS, you know.
No BS
With
in
the
ESS, you know. But
Not a lot of people hate on guys, you know. Whoever brings in the better talent, that one show, you get hated on.
Did you see our launch? Huh? Damage 365 Radio Network, part of the Damage Athletics LLC, bringing in Barbie Hayden, Cowboy Bob Orton, Nyla Rose, the Killer Bees,
The Killer
and
Bees is gonna be
ODB.
ODB.
It's a big event in March.
That's good.
We're calling it the Gold Tour.
There you go.
The Gold Tour. Last one was the All Star Squadron. Now it's the Gold Tour.
I remember the Killer Bees, you know, if they had any single matches, they go into the ring and come out as the other guy.
Yeah, they were like the Lucha Bees.
Yeah.
They used to have the little Lucha Bee masks, and Bobby Heenan used to flip out and call them cheaters.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, every guy he had was a cheater, but it was okay. as Jesse Ventura said, it's only cheating unless you get caught.
No, that's right. That's right. Yeah, well,
go figure. He was a governor.
I personally have made a lot of calls for the big event, talent-wise, and
it's getting tight.
You know what it is? A lot of guys that I deal with, they don't have their schedules until mid-January, so I won't mention names because other people hear that name and they're going to run after them. So,
well, there was one that I was going to ask you if you wanted to go partners with, and I know Ultimate Stars and Event Warren were going to go partners with us. Was the Human Wrecking Machine, Zeus, but we had a brick wall with that.
Yeah.
Well, Spanish brick wall.
Yeah, there was a language barrier / hang up.
Well,
yeah.
between the two of us, we knew 4 words. So one was C. I think Alberto Del Rio taught us that one.
No, well, we did have a number for Zeus, and if anybody wants to share it with us, we'll definitely take it.
And it's just interesting because I'm like contacting other wrestlers who know other wrestlers that worked with him, but nobody has his phone number. I'm like, what, does this guy become a movie star and decide to just... I don't talk to my wrestling friends no more.
Right. I know one guy that does have it, but he's a guy where one of those promoters you don't want to talk to.
Isn't one of those promoters that are going to charge you for the phone number?
Yeah. It's not... Even though you're on that friendship level, they'll still say, you know what, he's my guy. Because they have those exclusive contracts for all these guys.
Exclusive, my ass. Exclusive. I was waiting to hear. Well, Richie called me up and he's like, hey, you got my girl ODB. You better take care of her. I'm like, Rich, really?
She probably doesn't even remember his name.
I'm like, really? I'm like, I take care of every single one of my talents, whether they're indie or former mainstream or current mainstream. I've never had a complaint. And every single one of the people that have brought in have always told other people good things about us. Where some of the talent stays at my house. That's how comfortable they are with us.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You always want to keep that circle. Even if you'll never use that talent again, they may know somebody in the long run that you want to use, and you can say, hey, listen, you know what? Can you get me so-and-so? They'll tell them, this guy was a good guy. I have that relationship with a couple of these guys, and they pass my number along, and then I get random phone calls from wrestlers, which is kind of cool.
Awesome, especially when the phone's ringing and you're like, who is this? And you pick it up and
you're like, is it another Bill?
And they identify themselves and you're like, what? Who?
You're calling me?
Wait, the wrestler or the guy on... Wait, you're like Googling other possibilities of that name. Like, no, I don't know the governor, so can't be that one. But let's try
Lewis did text me back. He said he was driving his kid home, but let's try him. Maybe he'll answer, and maybe he could place that call for us.
Come on, Lou. You don't got Bluetooth in your car? Jeez, you're a wrestling promoter, man. You're supposed to have Bluetooth. Hands free. You always have to pick up the phone at any given moment. That could be Zeus calling and wanting to come in.
Or he tried getting the Hardy Boys.
Could be a porn star. No, then I'll be calling Richie. That's where the porn stars go. RDP.
That's the kingpin.
God. He's that guy. You suck, though.
Oh, man.
Well, at least this guy Adam Grass has a cool background. I mean, that's a cool.
What was it, Bray Wyatt?
Yeah, it's a cool Bray Wyatt photo.
Funny story about Bray Wyatt is when I had IRS Mike Rotunda, who happens to be Bray Wyatt's father.
Yeah, for people who don't know this,
I brought Mike Rotunda into the big event last year. Was it last year? Yeah. Last year, not the show that just passed, the one before it.
March
yes,
March of 2015. So this year.
One of these shows.
I think it was March of 2015.
I had my son, who's a wrestling fan, and I told him, I said, I'm bringing in Mike Rotunda, who happens to be Bray Wyatt's dad. And he's like, oh, that's cool. Can I come? So I bring him, and he tells Mike Rotunda, where's your son? He thought I was bringing in Bray Wyatt. So he wanted to meet Bray Wyatt. Mike Rotunda wound up sending me a couple autograph pitches for my kids, from both of his kids, Bo Dallas and Bray Wyatt. It was a nice story.
Now, we can have another Rotunda working very soon. Mika. She's trying out for broadcasting with WWE, either backstage or NXT or something along that level. But very soon she'll be involved, which kind of coincides with Noelle Foley getting a job as well, and Mick's son is getting a job at Creative.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I know when we had Mike, he was saying that his daughter just got a job, but I want to say in California somewhere.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's and it's scary to say, like, she kind of looks like Bo. I don't want to say Bo's beautiful, but
whoa! I
because
think you're going the wrong way.
If you got Bo, when Bo puts his hair down in his face, he looks just like Bray. But it's just weird.
It's just that body, right? She's still looking.
Who, Bo? Bo's getting a little pudgy around the middle there. I get lack of use apparently, but I guess that's what happens when you can't take all those fancy supplements anymore with WWE. So they've been cracking down on. Just ask Billy Gunn. Just ask Billy Gunn.
I just heard a story today that Alberto Del Rio was attacked in the ring.
Was he?
Something like
that.
What,
a fan?
Yeah,
Again?
I didn't see the video. I just saw it on Facebook.
He came back jacked.
Yeah.
Holy God.
A little bit bigger than me.
Yeah, a little bit. It's just tiny. And they're always so... You see them on TV, and it does nothing for them. And you see them in person, you're like, damn, you're so tall. Like, they don't look that tall on television. And Del Rio was like 6'3". That's nuts. You don't look 6'3" on television. But I guess when you're standing next to guys like Big Show and Kane,
you look
they don't look
tiny.
as big. But these guys are like even like Bob Orton. You know, he's 6'2". Got in my car, and at first I was like, I didn't think he was going to fit. I had the Charger. And he got in, he sat down, he's like, oh, they made these Chargers a lot bigger than they used to. That's the first thing he says when he gets in my car. I was like, thank God, he would have been sitting in the back seat with his feet in the front. But, yeah, oh my God. He was obviously he was a riot. We loved him because we're bringing him back again.
Like, he did well for you guys, right?
He did. That was the Legends convention where the weather was crappy, and then we brought him to Warriors of Wrestling that night.
Oh, wait, where'd you get him from again?
You.
Oh, MZ Promotions.
MZ Promotions. I don't know if I got him from MZ Promotions. I got him from you.
Oh.
I don't know if you were acting as an independent contractor.
Those guys are exclusive to me, you know?
Yeah. That's not what I heard. I heard he's exclusive to someone else, and he was mad that you didn't charge me for that phone number. That's what I heard.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah. We won't mention that guy's name. It's probably the same name you were referring to before, so we won't go there.
No, I don't think we were referring to the same one.
No? Oh, there's another one out there like that?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, yeah. If you're talking about the local guy from here,
yeah,
he's a good guy. I like him.
I have no problems with him. Everybody else seems to have a problem with him.
No,
but I understand.
He's a straight up guy.
I understand certain. I understand certain things that piss people off, but look, everybody's in this business to make money.
Exactly.
And when people start walking up to you, oh, can I get a free this? Can I get a free that? Or the promoters have their family walking up to the table. Can I get free this? Can I get free? Come on.
That's a little ridiculous.
Like, enough's enough. Especially wrestling promotions.
No, the guy that I'm referring to...
employees, too.
The guy that I'm referring to doesn't live in this area.
Oh, okay.
And he just thinks that he's... It's so funny. It's the same weekend I was up in Rochester, wherever, Batavia.
Mm-hmm.
I got a call from a guy asking me how much Earl Hebner was to book. And he asked me who else I'm affiliated with. I told him I had Dean Malenko and Billy Kidman at a big event.
Mm-hmm.
The next day, I had a friend of mine call me and said, aren't you the only one that really books Billy Kidman and Dean Malenko? I said, well, I'm not the only one, but yeah, I mean, I just had them. I have the numbers. Why, you want them? He says, no, some guy just called me, says he has exclusive rights to them. I said, that's funny. What's his name? He told me the guy's name. I said, oh,